Do more of what makes you happy. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Prices hanging around that 9,400 area. Of course, people are speculating on what's going to be happening with the price. We seem to have a trending effect of the price sliding downward at the end of the month. Whether or not this has something to do with futures and Bitcoin manipulation. Another one of those things that distracts you from the real vision. Once again, I'd like to sit here. I'd like to raise some flags. I'd like to point out the true picture. There are 40 million Americans right now looking for a job. There is a lot of people out there that may not be paying their rent or their mortgage or have the money to pay these things. Every single day I look at the news, I'm hearing about large businesses that have been here my entire life, like Victoria's Secrets and JCPenney's, that are filing for bankruptcy and closing down. So as the country reopens and everyone wants to talk about how there isn't going to be this massive recession that's going to cause problems, they want to say we're going to bounce back quickly. I'm thinking about, well, what are these people going back to? What jobs are there? What's it going to be like? But that's just me, right? That's just one perspective. Maybe it's all going to be fine. Maybe you shouldn't hold Bitcoin. Maybe it is just something for speculators and gambling. But then on the other hand, what's it really going to hurt to hold $100 worth of Bitcoin? You'll have a ticket in the revolution. You'll be fighting against what's actually happening in the sidelines, in the background right now. And that's that people are sitting at home and the government and everyone's controlling what's happening, which is they're saying that you can't go to work. The businesses are collapsing, whether or not you can get your unemployment checks and how much and stimulus and the money you've saved, if it's going to be hyperinflated, all out of your control. All you kind of get to do is sit there and realize that the sitcoms aren't on like they're supposed to be because no one's working. They're afraid they're going to get a virus. But you know who's here? You know who doesn't like the mask? You know who's not afraid she's going to get the virus? Is my wonderful and always beautiful co-host, Sammy.
Good evening, everyone.
How was that, Samantha? Did you like my rant and rave this evening?
You know I like the rants.
Did you notice I spiced up the coffee a little bit today?
Ah, you know I like that one too.
I know. This is actually Bird Dog praline flavored whiskey. It tastes like coffee to me, though.
It does. So, taste kind of like Kahlua-y or like coffee liqueur.
For $18.
I don't actually know what praline, yes. I'm not sure what it actually is.
It's good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Makes me think peanut brittle. But, you know, with pecans. John from Malibu is here.
John from Malibu. Good thing I'm having a drink because the party has started.
He says, I am in the forest with Eugene.
All right, my man. I'm glad that you are here hanging out here at, Feathery Forest Farms. Yeah. It's not about the price. It's not about the speculation. It's all not about these little trivial news facts that everyone wants to keep spitting off on whether or not the price of Bitcoin is going to be going up and down. It's about the fact of the overall narrative. You know, Bitcoin was created in 2008, 2009 out of the last crisis, right? Here we are looking at the worst crisis ever, but everyone's telling us it's not that big of a deal. So do you kind of want to have a ticket in the hedge against what they're doing right now? Because I think that the real effect hasn't been felt yet. There's a lot of people, like I was saying, that may not be paying their rent. We still haven't felt what the outcome of this is going to be when they say, all right, you know, COVID-19 crap is done. Everyone, you got to pay your bills once again. We'll shut off your electricity. We'll come kick you out of your house. The world is back to normal as it gets.
Yes.
I mean, we're starting to talk about theme parks opening here in Florida. So I know that most of the country is still kind of on the lockdown, but here we're rip-roaring and back at it here in Florida. So I'm assuming they're going to want to make these people pay their rent first.
You would assume.
So we'll see how that goes. And it's like every single time I hear these numbers of 40 million.
That is a lot.
I keep telling myself I need to be grateful for the opportunity to be able to go to work every day.
Yes.
And then after I get past that, I just think, there's 40 million people out right now that would kill for the opportunity I have right now of being able to go out and make more than $100 a day, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy work, but I mean, there is quite a lot of people that would do it. They would definitely do it.
Well, I mean, it always becomes a matter of perspective. If you're a person that has no one depending on you, yeah, move back home with mom, move in the basement, make your boyfriend get the second job, whatever it may be. But, we never found ourselves in those situations. There was always little Eugene, right?
Yeah.
We were always just us. We don't have family that's going to
No,
take care of us.
we actually both moved out of the house and were self-sufficient very early, both at like 15 and 16. So, that's, it is what it is. But yes, I mean, like, I remember going to high school and working at McDonald's, okay, because I had an apartment I had to pay for. So, I mean, that's a perspective.
Well, I got a little bit of news all over the place, but of course it's the same old rhetoric, right? It's, who in the traditional markets is bashing cryptocurrency? What's the next hot coin out there? What's this country doing? But these are all things that distract you. They're flashing lights. They're things that are either trying to manipulate you to sell, manipulate you to go long or multiply or whatever they're trying to do at some exchange or some website to think that you're going to get more Bitcoin. You know how you get more Bitcoin? You save. You go out, you work, you save your money. You go to one of these reputable exchanges like Gemini or Coinbase or Cash App, and you purchase Satoshis, right? And then you send them to however you keep them, right? I'm not going to say what's right or what's wrong, because if you don't know what you're doing, third-party custodian is where you want to be. Ledgers are easy. They're really not that complicated. But still, we hear things like how the pasture lost his.
Yep.
And then people want to speak of glacier protocols and all of these extremes. Well, that's just a quick way for a newbie to lose their crypto. And I hate the idea of crypto being lost to the ether. There's already 4 million Bitcoin gone.
I know, right? All right. Satoshi James is here. He says 8,888 again. You never know. I am for I am is here. He says, hello, fellow hodlers.
Satoshi and I am for I am. Thanks, you guys, for coming out here and joining us. Hit the thumbs up. Share this video out. Maybe we can get a bunch of people in the chat. I seen the last video did really good. We had over 81 views. We had a bunch of thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
So I love it when you guys get out here and show the channel a little bit of love, because, hey, we're just trying to get back to the community.
It's so funky when we have ones that are like really good. It's like, what did we do? Like, what happened? How do we
recreate that again? It's it's the perfect combination. It's hard to say when is everybody else home and available.
Right. Is there nobody else on YouTube that's, on at the same time? Did you get notified because YouTube liked us that day?
Were you shadow banned this week?
Yeah. Did you mysteriously unsubscribe somehow that you didn't know?
Coffee with a kick,
Kaluidness.
I know, right?
Bird dog. All right. So I am for AM says that he thinks Adam backed is Satoshi. I think we are all Satoshi. John from Malibu says yes. Bitcoin land? Yes, Bitcoin land. Oh my God. I mean, if Legoland can survive, really? Oh,
Legoland is going to be opening. I think they put the projections of SeaWorld at the 11th. Disney's going to be opening temperature checks, mask, and reservations. And it's like, I don't know, but then at the same time, the ideal of going to Disney and only half the crowd. That sounds, let me get a reservation on that.
I don't know. I like SeaWorld a lot more than Disney. So
I know, but it's just that every time I've ever been to an attraction, you'll spend 2+ hours waiting in line.
Oh, yes. Lines for food, lines for the bathroom, lines for drinks, lines for rides.
I hate waiting in a line, especially like paying hundreds, if not touching $1,000 to go to Disney World, to just stand in lines, to look at your family and have sore legs as you stand there in the sweltering heat.
As everybody's getting sunburned in a line. Just in the line. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm just saying that the Shamu zone, like 50% less. Come on. 50% more spit. Yes.
I don't think you get 50% more interaction.
Yes, you do. You don't think 50% more of that whale water is going to hit me?
So You want me to keep going with what I got over here? All right. Well, everyone's talking about Goldman Sachs, right? The leaked information and all of that over there. I don't even want to keep going over it, right? And this is what I'm saying is if you look at what's happening right now, every indicator says that if you kind of care about your family, you care about yourself, you care about your financial future, you want to hold a little bit of Bitcoin. Because none of us really knows how it's going to play out in 90 days, 120 days from now. We could see major banks close up. We could see all kinds of retail stores not really be able to cut it.
I mean, yeah, some of the ones that are saying that they're not coming back or whatever are not ones that I thought were doing bad before. I mean, thanks to my hotel work, I thought Victoria's Secrets was doing amazing. Amazing. It's okay. Apparently not. Bitcoin Jake is here. Hello.
Bitcoin Jake. Nice. I'm glad that you're out here, my friend.
I am says that I like the idea that Satoshi is like Santa Claus and is a jolly old soul.
Oh, I forgot the bug screen.
I just sprayed my legs, but that's not doing a lot. So I'm with you.
So Cardano's up, right? The flavor of the week now, talking about what they're gonna upgrade or something. They got Shelby or whatever that's coming off of Shelly coming off the test net, coming to the main net, spiking the price up. People trying to get in on staking. Staking's the next big thing, it seems like, besides, well, it was the next big thing till DeFi started being the next big thing. And now it seems like we're going back to staking, but a lot of people want this to be a topic of conversation about Ethereum staking, and that one's pretty far off. Tezos has been at it for a minute, right?
Yep,
we keep hearing about Coinbase and how they'll do it for you, but they're taking 25%. So people are eager for this. They want to get going on it. And lo and behold, of course, if we want to talk about staking and if you can go out there and do it, why not go ahead and do it on Bitcoin? We got BTP out there. It's Bitcoin proof of stake. It's all the same. Instead of going ahead and paying the miners, they're going to go ahead and pay the stakeholders. They're going to cut the supply back every 4 years. I mean, next big thing. I love reading these things. I love hearing about how they're always going to come out with another Bitcoin. I love how they just want to take all of these new features of the altcoins and then just say, yeah, we're going to just add it to Bitcoin, right? Because we got Bitcoin Gold and Diamond and all of these other ones, Green, Super God.
Super God. I like it. Yes.
I mean, can't we just go Bitcoin, Gold, Diamond, Proof of Stake, Satoshi's Vision?
I think there is probably, just like how there is, so many where Bitcoin has died. I mean, I am pretty sure there is a Bitcoin something, like all of it. Bitcoin Bunny. Like, I mean, all of it. If you look hard enough, there is everything. Oh. All right. I am 4am says Goldman just wants to suppress the price to buy up more crypto.
And that's probably true. I mean, and this is why we keep talking about why is the price of Bitcoin suppressed at the end of the month? Why is a bunch of futures contracts, you know what I mean? Forced close. Why does it look like market manipulation? Of course, we're saying possibly the end of this month could be the other way because everyone's anticipating it. But more flashing lights, right? Because the big point of all of this is what Satoshi's vision was, is that they're just they're not out there looking to take care of you, right? If you're unfortunate and you're at home right now and you can't go to work and you got your stimulus check, well, it's probably just about out. And now you're looking at, has our area opened phase 1? Am I going to be able to be one of the first ones back to work? Now I have to get back to work so I can start paying retroactive debt. Debt that accumulates that I'm constantly talking about is the slavery. Every single day shouldn't cost you X amount of dollars just to be able to do what's necessary to survive. Suck in air, drink water, right? But yet it does. Every single day you have to go out and you have to work for someone else in order to generate some fiat cash so that they can give it to you and then tax it and then manipulate it all the way around so that you can finally get it into your bank account and send it to someone else for payment to live in your dwelling, to keep your electricity on, to have all of these insurances and stuff like that. For what? I mean, when there's a problem, half the time they never come out right. Have you ever been really in an accident and someone's rushing out and saying, you know what, we're going to take care of you. We're going to get you back on the road. Let us cut you a check tomorrow. Let's try to forget all of this. No, half the time you're getting a lawyer. You're trying to fight these things. They're drawn out forever. You pay someone rent, but what good does it do you? Half the time you hear about people who have the bad landlord. They're afraid to talk to their landlord. It's like, I'm paying you money. You're making money off of doing nothing.
Yes. All of the things where it's like, how do you pay this person to live here? Well, because, people feel
because
trapped.
they're really not charging me a lot. It only takes me 2 weeks to come up with rent.
2 weeks, but you don't have like a wall between your bathroom and kitchen. Oh, but that's okay. Hey, you don't want to bother him.
Not that hot.
You don't want to make a fuss. I got you.
Right, because he'll charge you more money. Right, you make a fuss, they'll up your rent.
Yeah, right. You have a hidden cat you weren't supposed to have. You don't want Fluffy to get, Bitcoin Jake says, "Yep, cost me like $40+ a day just to live." Yeah.
All right, let me see the bug spray.
Good luck with that. It's all wet and buggy and Florida loveliness. It literally just stopped downpouring. So
yeah, it's been raining for what, 3 days straight now?
Yeah, pretty much. We get a good.
We weren't sure if we were going to be able to get out here, and then I was like watching the radar, and I was like, we got like a 30-40 minute window. We need to get out there if we're going to do this.
I think I just inhaled like all of your off mist. Oh, awesome. That's not going to kill brain cells. Okay, continue.
So going with the trending topics, we got South Korea, right? Everyone loves South Korea. We love how they're at the forefront of cryptocurrencies, usually pretty crypto friendly, especially when it comes to regulation. Well, it looks like some of the friendly regulation is fading off. They're looking like they want to join everyone else and start applying capital gains tax to all kinds of cryptos, to Bitcoin taxation from mining to trading to even ICOs, right? Any kind of altcoin, anything where you're making profit with cryptocurrencies, they want to put the capital gains tax to it. Looking like they're going to be doing this in 2021. It's the way of the world, right? If you got a cookie jar, they want to stick their hands in it.
Dude, if you have a cookie jar, everybody wants your cookies. Everybody.
It's just the way of the world.
I mean, I want your cookies. Okay. Reality is I don't have the power to have any of your cookies, but there are some that do.
Well, that's because, I mean, we were talking about something like this earlier. 99% of the people out there are always saying, what can you do for me? That's why they want in your cookie jar. That's why everyone wants to know how much money they can make. That's why everybody wants to get rich. That's why everyone's willing to throw everyone else under the bus and screw everyone else just to get one step up, because they're all just saying, what can I get? And we're never really going to get anywhere until we can stop that, right? There's too many of us to be like this. How can we make tomorrow better? Because I'm willing to work for that. And I don't need to be paid in fiat.
Ooh.
Random car going by.
Neighbors.
Weird.
I am 4am says the big problem is the Fed is printing more money to keep the price of gold, silver, and crypto price per ounce or coin down. Come on, people. Market manipulation is effing ugly.
I'm just, if they're going to keep doing what they're doing, great. That means that $100 is going to get you more Satoshis. Because I'm not here to say, go get 10,000, go sell a car. Just get $100. Just get a ticket. Get involved. Because that little bit is what's going to make the world a difference. If this doesn't really work out very good in 6 months to a year, that $100 in Bitcoin will be your ticket. And right now, it's a steal. It's a steal because they're suppressing the price. It's a steal because they're saying, look at the flashing lights over here, and don't realize that we got 40 million people that aren't going to pay their rent here. We got half of the stores you guys all grew up with going to the mall closed down and filing for bankruptcy, but you don't realize it because you're not at the mall.
I mean, a lot of society is falling, and they're just trying to make it seem like it's not. I mean, entire malls, I remember JCPenney's literally for my entire life. You know, I remember half these things for decades.
Bed Bath and
they
Beyond.
are not,
I mean, they're closing
not making
50,
it
60
through
stores,
this.
I think I read.
I mean, what does that say? And it is that they are just trying to be like, oh, don't worry about that. But guess what? You can use Amazon Prime and everything just gets sent to your house. It's fine. Don't notice that this closed and that closed.
I think that there's going to be a period of shell shock when the world kind of does open back up and people go back out and they realize that it's not the way it was. And it never will be.
I mean, I don't know, because yes, our son has now graduated. He is done with public school, but quite honestly, I don't know what their game plan nationwide in our country for opening public school in September. Like what?
Here in Florida, they're all gung-ho to just say open it all up.
Yep,
Everybody has to start wearing masks.
Yep.
Let's keep the 6-foot rule.
I mean,
restaurants at 50% capacity. I mean, will we ever see 100? How are bars and nightclubs? I see that we're already looking at music festivals coming back. Sunset Music Festival we went to last year and passed out flyers
in June.
Yes,
in May or June.
It was supposed to be coming up here.
So hot.
And they have now called it Sunset 2.0, the event gift, and they're doing it December 26th and 27th. So I mean,
at least it won't be hot, which that's what I'm going with. But yes, I mean,
we're talking about music events with thousands of people here in Florida being open in a matter of months.
I mean, I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how they're going to regulate is open air, because yes, it is going to be like some giant fieldness. I mean, but it's like, I don't know what everybody keeps saying, like, it's not going to go back to the way it is. It's like, but what level of not going back are we going to? Because, I mean, I could see anywhere from mundane to super ridiculous, all of it happening.
But the problem is going to be is how do you enforce it when you have things like music events where thousands of people can still congregate? How are you going to tell the average employee or the average person that wants to walk into Walmart that they have to go this way only down the line, that they have to wear the mask, that they can't, try to
go
get
to
close
the carnival, you want to go to the whatever, like, yes. Right. I mean, that is going to get very complicated, trust me.
Right, like yesterday we were at Lowe's looking for some self-leveling caulk, and they didn't have any on the rack, and we went to go find somebody, and the lady's like, oh, I'll help you, but I have to go find a mask first, and then took off in the other direction, and we must have waited 10-15 minutes before she came back by. Customer service instantly just went way down. It sucked that I had to go find somebody. But then on top of that, then you're going to tell me I got to stand here for 15 minutes while you go find the mask so that you can talk to me?
I mean, I don't know.
Back to let's just order everything from Amazon. You might as well close every brick and mortar store.
Dude, nobody even sees their Amazon Prime drivers, okay? That's why they leave little, like, love packages, because you don't see them.
You're surprised on the ring cam when they're fixing your flag.
You're all like, I knew it was a person delivering my stuff. Look at him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what are you guys thinking about this? What are your guys' thoughts on the cryptocurrency, the financial markets, the unemployment? How is this mortgage and rent crisis going to unfold? You guys got opinions on this? You guys got advice for me? Because we're all looking for answers, right? I'm never saying that I have any more answers. I'm just saying that I don't want to keep listening to the news the way it is and be blinded, because it does seem like some news is trying to point towards it and say, hey, look at this. This isn't not going to work out well. But other news just wants to keep pointing at fluffy stories or tell me how an alligator is climbing up someone's wall and they seen it on the ring cam. Right? You've seen that article, right?
Okay. So, yes. I am Prayam says, don't get me wrong. I still hold and buy coin to fight the man. I know the man does suck. Okay. But I mean, I don't know. I guess our strategy is a multi-layer fight strategy. Okay. Like we try to have multiple sources of income. We try not to work for the actual man anymore because that really sucks. And we hold Bitcoin. But I mean, yeah, no one knows what the future is going to hold. I know that the man is shot out. I know that it is not going to work. But I don't know exactly how it's going to like fall. Like it.
You know, you got to play the game. You know, you can't just go walk off the grid. That doesn't really work out for people very well either. So it's always that gray area. How do you find the balance of having independence and privacy and anonymity on the internet, but still be a taxpayer, be involved with your community, talk to your neighbors, and everyone not say, that's the weird guy over there that does the Bitcoin thing that could be the bomber, right? Every time there's some questionable activity.
You know you're the hermit in the woods.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah,
people talk all kinds of crazy stuff. But
Well,
at least you guys get out here so that you can see how crazy I am
and
or
you
not.
can't be a hermit because it's me and little Eugene as well. So, I mean, that's not... Hermit is one. I don't know what you call hermit family. I mean, yeah.
They probably just think I keep you guys chained up around here.
The kitchen floor is so cold.
Well, that's about all I had for the news. I mean... price, right? Is it manipulated? Of course, that's what everyone's talking about. Besides that, I'd say start looking at some of the indicators, right? We've been in Bitcoin. You guys have been in Bitcoin for a long time. You guys are probably definitely holding enough Satoshis to change your life and to be able to continue living at least the way you are, if not better, if things change and go the other way. Because the world may just be a bunch of lemmings. But when the dollar bill falls apart, they're going to go to something better. And we all know what that is.
We do. And Graham says, it's just frustrating because their printing of endless fiat is supposed to be Bitcoin's moment to shine. I am blessed, retired, been a prepper, was ready for this. One of the few that was lucky. And that he didn't have a cushy job or a government job with a pension. He did it solo.
Well, I'm glad that you did, my friend. Don't stress out. We're still working there, right? Time is always your friend and your enemy. The hardest thing to do is nothing. It's coming, right? Remember, I sat here personally myself. I was like, wow, everything is happening. Who knows how the world's going to be at the other end of this quarantine? I want to be in cash. I don't know if we're going to have banking crises and all of these other things. And that is how time is going to work against you, because you're going to want to feel like it's normal. You're going to want it's not going to happen. It didn't happen yet. It's going to take a long time to unfold. It's not going to be like a light switch. It's not going to be all of a sudden tomorrow I woke up and there's no money at the bank. It's going to be a series of unfortunate events that happens to someone else until it happens to you. And are you ready? Because when it happens to you, it's too late to do something about it. It's too late to say, oh, yeah, but I had $10,000 in the bank because I had saved so hard and I really just want to get some Bitcoin with it. Now the dollar bill's not working and the banks are closing and I can't have more than this in cash, or whatever the case may be. It'll be too late. Bitcoin's price will be up. You won't have access to your money. The third-party systems will be shut down or overbogged with the influx of people, right? Have you gone through the KYC that takes forever already? Right? This is prepping.
I am for him says he worked his ass off.
I'm still trying to work my ass off, right?
Yeah, it feels weird when we don't work our ass off.
Yeah. It's like, because the rain's been time off, but at the same time, it's like in
not
between.
time
I'm
off
trying
because
to
your
get
brain
out.
isn't right. Like, you're all like, it's not time off. Like, what's going on right now?
I know I reconditioned the kayak. I've done all kinds of social media advertising. I don't know what to do with downtime.
Oh, yeah, ocean kayak. That was fun. That was a fun, good 3 days.
Hey, I learned how to plastic weld.
You did. YouTube. Thank you. Yup. All right.
So, what do we got going on? Anything in the chat? What do you guys want to talk about? Do you guys got anything you want to talk about? Because otherwise, I think we're going to go ahead. We're going to close on this episode. It's nice the rain's been holding off. So let's go ahead and end it on the good note of not all of our equipment getting wet and wasted.
We got a few raindrops going on the actual keyboard. We're not that bad right now.
Over there.
Yeah, I got a whole little like nest going on over
I might have
here.
to get a second one of these. This was pretty good.
Oh, with coffee?
I don't know about the with coffee. It's kind of late.
I know, right?
Work tomorrow.
12 o'clock. Yeah.
Hopefully no rain. Fingers crossed.
Oh, I hope so. I don't know. We're getting a good couple hours in the beginning of the day where there's not rain, so I guess I'll take that.
So what do we got in the chat? I know it's been 20 seconds. They've had their delay. Nothing at all.
He said like no. Oh, I am 4am says like no vacation, 6 or 7 days a week, and made sure I had a point. My money started working for me. Gave my money a job. Diversified and give your money a job to duplicate yourself and your efforts.
Yes. It is. It's hard. And it's a lot of looking at yourself and realizing that delayed gratification, right? And knowing that there is a tomorrow and you want it to be better. So you got to start thinking of the big picture.
I mean, it's I don't know. Yes, it's the same. A lot of our mentality has changed. I mean, really a lot. You don't need as much stuff as you think you do. You definitely don't need as much stuff as they tell you do. Ever.
I don't know. It's this idea. I see it in our son a lot. It's that every time he has money, it's like instantly, what can I buy to make myself feel good? Right. And it's either he wants soda, he wants chips, he wants, whatever. He smokes one of those vape Juul things.
He'll go and buy like his friends' fast food. Like
right.
they'll all go, and it's like, what?
I know that he said that
feed everybody.
They went and had some drinks when they went camping the other day. It's always just a waste of making yourself feel good. And it's like, yes, you want to feel good when you're young, but at the same time, that little bit of money put away and invested in the right ways would make your 30s and 40s so much more easier, right? Because that's all money really does is gives you the ability to answer problems.
I mean, he is very young, okay? So, I mean, he does get a little bit of a grace period. But, I mean, yes, you don't need anywhere close to what you think you do. Ever. Besides Aaron, like water. You probably need what you're thinking you need
probably need
those.
More.
Yeah, what you're thinking you need of those are probably pretty spot on.
All right, so what do we got in the chat? Anything at all? Or we're going to be shutting this down tonight.
All right. John from Malibu says, thanks, guys. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I am says, amen, brother. Delayed gratification. John from Malibu says, Bitcoin is the answer. Just be patient.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to keep being grateful for everything I have. And it makes every day easier to keep being grateful. And if I keep looking back at the way life used to be when I consider it to be difficult, and I say, I would be grateful and I would go and do what I'm doing now. And, that kind of thinking, it helps. It puts you in the right perspective to go be triumphant, to look at the problems you have and smile and be grateful that those are the problems you're dealing with. Oh, my problem is I have too much work. My problem is that I need more equipment or materials, not that, oh man, I don't have any money. And how do I keep the lights on?
we're starving, and yes, yes.
The car is broken and I don't know how to pay for a starter that's $200,
Yeah, those are real. Yes.
All right, you guys, go out there, have a great day. Keep your eye on the sky, not so much on the Bitcoin price, but keep it safe. Later, guys.
Bye, guys.